You've got a session with tough intervals planned and you have the choice of doing it as hill reps or on the flat. But which should you choose? How do you know which one to prioritise? Well, join me for this video as I'm going to be exploring the pros and the cons of both. All right, let's start by taking a look at flat interval workouts. Now, these are the bread and butter for coaches and run clubs all around the world. And that's because they're brilliant at developing your fitness, your endurance, your strength, and your VO2 max. And if you're training for a race of anything from 5K up to a marathon, they're also going to be great help when it comes to your pacing. And the intervals themselves can be from 30 seconds up to 5 minutes and beyond. And how many you do and at what intensity completely depends on what you're training for. And that will also reflect the rest you're going to take, how much rest, but also what type of rest. You could have static when you're just literally standing. You could be walking or even doing an active jog. Well, it will depend on your fitness and what you're trying to get out of it. But there are so many options, and that's one of the reasons these are so popular with running clubs. Hill reps are another popular workout, and you might have realised that they are basically an interval on the flat that's kind of in disguise, because you're still going to be working very hard, and they're great for developing your aerobic capacity, your endurance and your strength. And you'll find that a hill naturally makes you work harder, because if you hit it still running at the same pace as you were on the flat, your heart rate is automatically going to go up. Well, now we're clear on the difference between the two, it's time to look at a bit more of an in-depth comparison, starting off with injury prevention. For example, let's say you've got some fast, short intervals planned, just a 200s or 400s on the track. Well, you're going to be running pretty quick, and that's going to be putting a lot of impact through your body. Take that up to the hills and you just need to take the same amount of time, and you're going to be running slower to be working at that same rate and getting your heart rate to the same rate, but automatically putting less pressure down through your joints and less strain on the body overall. And this is also the reason that a lot of athletes will tend to go to the hills when they're returning after injury. So you're trying to repeat and replicate that intensity of running on the flat, but you're working hard without the impact. Same goes for maybe beginner and novice runners when they're not used to running so fast, but they want to really work at the top end. Hills are perfect. We all know that strength work is a great accompaniment to running. It helps with your running efficiency, your power, and helping you to stay away from injuries. And the gym is great for that. However, we don't necessarily have access to the gym or time to go there. And this is where hills are a perfect addition to your training, because they do develop that strength and that power. If you think about it, you're fighting gravity on every step. It's almost like doing plyometric exercises. On top of strength, hills can actually really help with your running form as well, because they're going to be getting your posterior chain firing. So your glutes are going to have to work really hard, which is great for running efficiency. And also your arm drive. You'll naturally find that you're using your arms more when you're running uphill. And then the position that your foot lands will actually be altered. So if you think you're going uphill, you're going to really struggle to get a heel strike. You'll naturally be moving to more of a mid or even a forefoot strike, which carries over nicely to running on the flat. All right, we're aware that not all of you will have the benefit of hills on your doorstep, but you can be imaginative with this. It doesn't need to be a perfect hill at a set gradient. If you've only got a really short, sharp hill somewhere, that's great. Do some short sprints up it. Maybe it's a more gradual hill, and you can do some longer intervals. And you can even use stairs, so use a bit of imagination. And it doesn't have to be a pure hill rep session. A really nice set is to go and do, say, 8 to 10 short, sharp intervals up a relatively steep but short hill, and then head into your tempo run, and it'll just help with that running form and really get everything firing so you'll get the most out of that session. Well, as you can see, both sides have plenty of benefits, so why not mix them into your training to keep that variety? I personally tend to do more in the way of hill reps in the winter when I'm building that strength, and when I'm trying to sort of tune up and find my speed in the summer race season, I tend to do a few more on the flat. But I still keep that mixture there. I'd love to know which you guys do or which you prefer. Make sure you get involved in the chat. You can do that in the comments just below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed it. Check out GTN on social media, and you can follow us there as well as following us here on YouTube.